It's really nice to be able to work with others to push your ideas and push your pots to a new level.
I feel like the clay artists that are here are just part of my existence.
Goshen as a community is a place where it feels possible to be an artist and thrive.
I knew that if I was working alongside all of these other great potters, that I felt that my career would take off because of this little nest of ceramic artists.
I graduated from Goshen College in 1976 and immediately looked into building a kiln for myself. My second class at Goshen College in clay was with Marvin, and that continued then through the rest of my time at Goshen College. I think his legacy in this area was indicated in a show of GC clay graduates about 15 years ago. And when one walked into the gallery space there at the college, there was no constant theme. No one's work looked like someone else's work, and none of it looked like Marvin's. I think for all of us who came through there, that might be the kind of point of connecting legacy from Marvin. I had about 50 people work with me over the years as employees, and about a dozen of them have gone on to full or nearly full-time clay careers. Trevor, I learned to know, I think, when he was in high school. It's been really a delight to see his interest in clay rebloom. For him to live in Marvin's space, I think is glorious.
I first met Marvin Bartel when I was in college. My wife was in his art education class, which pretty much anyone who's come through Goshen College in the last 40-ish years and has either been in the art program or education has had a class with Marvin. I always have known Marvin to have his studio here. Certainly with the pottery tour, he's been welcoming to people coming through, and that's how we initially made our connection in terms of purchasing the house and the studio. It's easy to be inspired by what he's done here. He designed the ceramic tile. He made all of the sinks, made a number of the countertops. So it's not really just even his home that he designed, but literally his hands are in all of the things that we use every day. There's kind of this family tree of artists in Goshen where you'll find Marvin kind of at the base and Dick Lehman, and off of that, certainly Justin Rosshank in more recent years has done a great job of organizing and bringing local potters together.
So this is the production ware that I make. I feel like the clay artists that are here are just part of my existence. They were just part of the fabric of the community that I grew up in, and I've known them essentially my whole life. Marvin Bartel was my professor in ceramics. He's still someone that I feel like has a presence in Goshen in a way that helps to cultivate that multi-generational learning that I think is really essential. Sadie Mishuk has been working in my studio with me for more than 5 years as sort of an assistant, and she helps make the pots now and glaze the pots. Her undergraduate professor was one of my closest friends in college, Greg Staley, who also grew up in Goshen. So when Sadie graduated and was looking for somewhere to go, I think Greg sort of talked up Goshen, and she's been great. She's worked off and on, for 5 years.
My brother was going to Central Michigan University. I went up there to visit him one time, and he took us on like a little impromptu tour of the campus, and we walked into the art building, the ceramic studio, and I'm like, I want to go here. I want to do this. I started taking classes in college and got really into it. Apprenticeships and internships are very important to really jump into being a full-time potter. It gives you different ideas to pull for your own business. I've worked with Justin for 5 years now, going on 6 soon. I've learned With being an intern, you can like really immerse yourself into the clay world.
In Goshen, clay artists have formed a very collaborative community. I do a lot of collaboration with clay artists in terms of mentoring students who are moving on and interested in the clay world. I like the idea of the arts community that is here at Goshen. It's really a rich place to live and work.
One of the rites of passages of being a potter in Goshen is being invited out to Justin's wood firing kiln, and usually fires over the course of 4 to 6 days.
We put the pots inside in here, and then this whole area gets bricked up, and we stoke wood in through the door. To give you a sense of context, that first pile of wood is what it takes to fire the kiln one time. It's built with 30 tons of brick that we built by hand. We're really fortunate here in Goshen that there's so many people interested in that process that I can call on those people to help. And so there's this exchange of labor for space, but then while we're firing the kiln, there's also this exchange of ideas while we're all standing around cold, wearing our Carhartts.
To do a wood firing is a community event, it's a collaborative event. It just really can't be done entirely alone. That's a piece that continues through the way we work today, whether it's around a wood firing that's immediate and essential that we all be there working together, to the more occasional things of, hey, I'm out of Minspar, do you have some I could buy until I replenish mine? Or could you fire this for me? I've got a test glaze, I'd really like to see the results before my next firing. Can you slip this into your next firing? Those kinds of things. I lost my wood-fired kiln, so I built this as a way of trying to make results be a little bit out of control. This is like a blast furnace. When the flames come in here, it gets up to around 2,600 degrees, and it's 2,300 degrees in the back. So the temperature is intentionally very uneven. And it's a way of, I guess, continuing, for me, I wanted to continually be surprised and to have to keep experimenting with glazes to see what I could do with varying temperatures. Having set up a studio here in my community of origin, where my family, my extended family is around this area, is one of the reasons I stay, because they're here also. But what I discovered about Goshen is it's a place, unlike many others, that has so many things going for it that make the possibility of being a self-supporting, producing artist and craftsman very much a possibility here.
We had a First Fridays event and Arts on the Mill Race and all of these opportunities that have still been able to happen despite, really tough times. People are still supportive.
I think that the collaboration here in Goshen is one that is all about sharing and empowering each other.
Clay art is conducive to collaboration in a lot of ways. It gives you new ideas to push.
This became a destination point for potters who'd want to come and live and work here and develop a larger community.